Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Should You Play, where I show you some spoiler-free gameplay and give you my thoughts after playing new games for a few hours, while also highlighting and checking out at least one of the PlayStation Plus games for each month. In this video I'm playing Squid Game Unleashed, the mobile battle royale game inspired by the hit Netflix series Squid Game. By and large, I'm not a big fan of mobile games. I've played my fair share over the past decade or so, but the only ones that ever seem to stick around are puzzle games like Crosswords or the occasional card game like Marvel Snap, not usually anything with digital joysticks. Compared to the mobile games I have played though, Squid Game Unleashed isn't half bad, despite the irony of it being made at all, so let's talk about it. In Squid Game Unleashed, you compete in 32-player tournaments where the last person standing takes the grand prize. Familiar challenges like Red Light, Green Light, and Glass Bridge make a return, along with a few others that feel ripped straight from the show. And each one has its own set of rules that are explained shortly before the round starts. There are variations to each game, such as later rounds of Red Light, Green Light having ice on the ground. But after you've played about 5 total rounds, you'll probably have seen at least each game once.
Player has been eliminated.
That being said, full games usually last 3 to 10 minutes at most, depending on if you proceed to the next rounds. So you're able to play a good amount if you're the type who likes faster-paced games.
Player has passed.
Additionally, you can play with friends in a party of up to 8, but it's important to keep in mind that there can only be one winner at the end, so always watch your back. The controls aren't perfect, but they're good enough for a game like this. You'll mainly be touching one of 3 buttons to control your character, with the movement joystick on the left side of your screen and the jump and action buttons on the right. Personally, I would have preferred to play a game like this on desktop with a mouse and keyboard or on console with a controller, but the game is simple enough that it's not really that much of a complaint. However, if you're not used to touchscreen controls, it may take you a couple of rounds to start getting used to it. While you're avoiding death and trying to qualify for the next round, you're able to pick up power-up items from presents scattered around the level. And these presents can include items such as pogo sticks to jump higher, bats and knives to hit competitors with, and shoes to temporarily speed you up. And they can all add a layer of unpredictability, making every match feel unique or down to the wire. Using these power-ups, or having them used against you, can lead to some hilariously cruel moments as well, especially in games such as Red Light, Green Light. Furthermore, if you do find yourself dead before the game fully ends, you can choose to either spectate the rest of the match to see who wins, or you can choose to go back to the main menu and start a new match. Customization in Squid Game Unleashed is fairly decent. By playing well, completing daily and seasonal challenges, and leveling up, you can earn in-game currency to unlock cosmetics such as new outfits, characters, expressions, and reactions. Leveling up also grants you access to certain perks, such as having a small chance to be able to reuse a knife during a match. But these perks just act as incentives to keep you playing and won't drastically alter the game. It's also important to note that none of the purchasable cosmetics have an effect on the actual gameplay, and that the game currently does not have microtransactions of any kind, which means that you're rewarded for just playing the game, and that if you want to give yourself a new look, you'll have to put some time into it. For a mobile game, Squid Game Unleashed graphics are alright, though there's definitely room for improvement. The design and atmosphere capture the essence of the Netflix series, with the color palettes and specific rooms being recreated with a fair amount of attention to detail, tweaked of course to fit the Battle Royale gameplay and art style. However, the shadows don't look great, environmental clipping happens a good amount, and even with the graphics settings cranked up to high, character models can look really grainy. I did also run into a few technical issues while playing Squid Game Unleashed, the most notable of which was a flashing notification that I was encountering network issues despite my network's strong connection. So I assume that this was a server-side issue on Netflix's end, especially given that the game just came out and is likely getting a fair amount of attention. But beyond the one match that this cropped up during, the game performed smoothly with no other real issues, including dropped frames or lag. While Squid Game Unleashed may not be the most fleshed out battle royale game I've ever played, it's still fun and stays fairly true to the source material. Rounds can feel repetitive if you're playing the same games over and over, and there are a few minor technical issues, but the fast rounds and rewards for just playing the game keep things engaging. As of December 2024, the game is free to play without needing an active Netflix subscription, but it's already been made clear that this is temporary, which is pretty surprising to me considering the fact that a reportedly small percent of Netflix subscribers currently utilize the Netflix games library on a regular basis. So if this is the type of game that looks appealing to you and you've been thinking about trying it out, it might be worth giving it a chance before it's pulled back into Netflix's paid library. As always though, this is just my opinion. If you're just starting out as a contestant, or if you've already won the Squid Game grand prize, let me know in the comments what you think of Squid Game Unleashed.
Player has passed.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.